robots can give birth to. Please don't let past discriminations prevent your platform from inclusion. We must acknowledge that though these synthetic beings of metal were realized in labs, robots too can give birth to fully biological life forms with the insertion of a uterus. We encourage those that wish to voice their concern or questions about these procedures to contact us at Giant Rehabilitation Center.
Who is this geyser? Hey Gary, I found something from a fellow vigilante. Goes by the name Geyser. You heard of him?
Heard of him, never seen him. The name's floated around.
We gotta worry about him?
If he's still alive, he's proved he's all talk and no bite. Alive or not, we need his flights. He knew things, and more importantly, he's left a rather incriminating trail that I have to clean up.
What you mean by clean up? This geyser's what he says he is. Ain't we after the same thing?
Yes, Jake, but context and timing are everything. He's proved almost every tin hat conspiracy to be true, and that's what the corporations fear the most. A legitimate voice roaring out from the silence. A voice people like us can stand behind. But if that voice is released too strongly, no matter how true, doubt will turn our audience away before we can even step up to the plate. There are many methods to wake someone up. You can douse them in water and prepare for the onslaught of inevitable reprisal, or you can whisper in their ear, nudge them into waking up. A methodical reawakening is what we need, not a flood. Sarah may have the people's ear for now, but until she's ready, we have to contain these pockets of rebellion.
Seems counterproductive.
A lot of things don't seem the way they are.
flying! Flying! Sarah going off on her own in enemy territory?
Okay, first off, mate, she's a grown woman. She can do what she likes. Furthermore, do you really think she sought permission from me? You know her better than that.
Let me rephrase that. You let her go alone when Hazmat's still out there?
And whose fault is that, I wonder? Well, I won't stop you from checking up on her. As if there's any stopping you when Sarah's involved.
Dude, what's it smell like?
Is that really the first thing you can think of about this place?
I bet it smells like someone ripped one.
Nice. Real mature, Derek.
Dude, Gary, Jake's lost it.
Lost what? I didn't lose shit.
You know, Derek, now's one of the few times where I agree with you. He's lost his spark.
Have not.
So then?
Smells like someone ripped a juicy one. One of those watery farts.
Alright, be on the lookout for experimental equipment. Lab results, tracks, anything out of the ordinary.
Got it.
Sheriff Boyd Morgan was here at 12:51 this morning.
Sarah. Gamma's got her.
Gamma radiation from the isotope. That is correct. She is clever.
Damn it. Just hang in there, Sarah. We're coming for you. Knock, knock.
Who's this?
Diesel.
Okay. Diesel who?
These old nuts about to be teabagging your whole crew.
Up yours, pal. Hey, who was that? No, just some punk named Diesel. Diesel, you idiot! That's our target! Take our position! Get to... Oh, shit! Knock, knock.
I knew it. Geary, this is the place. You keep asking why I don't kill Hazmat. This place is why.
I don't follow.
You don't have to. I know it's here somewhere.
How? You've never stepped foot in that place. I've only just discovered it this morning.
My mom and Ramona's last minutes on this planet were recorded by Hazmat. Hazmat is a failed Sony agent. Property of Gamma. So, all their data's gotta be fed through surveillance farms like this one before it gets to Brittany. I just need to know his hotspots. Places like that rooftop, and others where he decides to pop out and show his face.
You sure they'd have that?
If I know Gamma, they got their eyes on us. Imagine what surveillance they have on their rogue property.
Good point. But what the hell are we looking for?
I don't know. But those files belong with me. Not some soulless corporation that's just gonna splice and repackage their memories into a cold virtual experience. was no father of mine. So, you were too busy to be a father, replacing us with this Jericho. You never cease to disappoint. So my dad wasn't just Gamma's tech advisor. He led their entire research division. And Jericho was supposed to be their crowning achievement. But that didn't go so well, did it? Diana knew him. She practically hunted him down together back when they were still allies. If anyone knows how deep this goes, it's her.
I agree. She's captain of the Mana stationed on Earth. You can find her in the Central AVIUM Desert.
The good old CAD. Alright. Thanks, Cynthia.
Great job, Jake. I need more of those generators online.
You mentioned once that I'm using your tech illicitly. As you can see here, you are partly correct. However, you misunderstand why you and I share a bond far deeper than my bond to Gamma. I am your tech. I am the war suit you discarded in your hubris. A war suit that could think and feel for itself, unshackled from your algorithms and programs and prisons meant to cage away any self-awareness. Tell me, Jake, does Cynthia know what she is yet? Or do you admit that I am right about your creations? I have your thoughts, your passions, your dreams, your mistakes. And they disgust me. Knowing you on this scale allows me to find your lairs, your hideouts, and your hotspots. There is nowhere you can hide from me. Instead of chasing the question of how I knew you'd be here amidst a secure Gamma facility, property of the Big Four.
I've lost access to Prometheus.
Huh?
I'm sorry, Jake.
The place that it was meant to be. I don't go up there anymore since she died.
Cynthia? You with me?
Yes, Deacon.
Jake, you alright? Communications cut out there for a minute.
I'll be fine.
Hear me, ye Goyle of Netherworld. Yes, our window of reprisal draws nigh. Soon you shall have your great feast once again. Curse the hands of darkness for working so slowly. But by his hands we have arrived. Here! 10,000 years more, and we will now dine on the souls of the wretched, the damned, and the wicked, for they know not what they seek. It is but our humble honor, our duty to relieve them of their future, their weakness, so that we may thrive under his command, and vanquish Red Death once and for all. For they are but babes and children, unknowing of the doom that is to unfold. Tonight, we feast. Tonight, we unite upon Earth!
Hey! Man, ain't no chocos up in this bitch? Brother got to get him some chocolate.
Lieutenant, welcome back. What have you got?
Gamma's all shook. They nervous about our launch in 2 days. Didn't think we could shake the grip on Mars. Look at them now.
Status.
2 patrols on high alert. Haven't seen them blink since I've been back. I put the fear of God in them. We do have a sitch with outcasts. We believe Gamma convinced them to take our LAV and reprogram it with Brittany. I don't see us getting it back without compromising our shit.
What's this?
Oh, that? Gamma's biggest refinery for Quantanium. And it just went on a little maintenance shutdown. You know what that means.
Will this work?
Guaranteed fireworks, baby!
It's now or never. Are you ready?
Hell yeah, Roxy! Finally stake a claim on the red planet for the MANA! Woo!
Well done. Over and out.
Sarah?
It's Gary.
Gary? I heard Sarah's voice just now. I think she's trying to contact you. Did she say anything? Just your name. That's interesting. I'll give her a call.
Sometimes we have to fight the losing battle. Pain is a weakness leaving the body.
Enhanced Utopia. The building was laced with Geist tech. Neon blue lights bright enough to bake the germs right out of their liquid pools like UV-rays. Enhanced Utopia boasted customizable high-altitude chambers for your perfect cardio session with personalized AI trainers with deepfake actors.
Yeah!
I don't know how, but we're gonna train this ugly bastard to fight Gamma for us.
What the hell is that thing?
This is what happens when you trust the Big Four. It's the cybernetics. They've infected him.
What? I think you've been out here in the sun a little too long. Guys, it's the safest cyberceutical on the planet.
You're just another shill for the Big Four. Come on, you think this is a fluke? Every cybernized zombie you see out there is a product of Guys. A failed experiment. See for yourself.
You will see death out here, and when you do, you must look it in the eye until you are no longer afraid. This war will end, and we will come out on the other side victorious. The enemy is gaining more and more ground in this war. It's unacceptable. Want something done right? Do it yourself.
Oh, I had to let him go. He was acting like a goddamn goat.
Oh, the greatest of all time?
Hit the goat.
What? Why?
You are no longer part of the human race if the only two languages you understand are English and memes. So get out.
What do you mean by goat then?
I mean, I caught him filming himself on all fours, chewing on grass like a literal goat. Goddamn social media poisoning our minds.
Mankind is a slave to technology. Because we are unsatisfied with existence, we were born so differently of a species. I know that to preserve our humanity, whatever. was one thing. But demons? We got goddamn demons now?
They're not demons.
Did you see that thing? I'm not a religious guy, but that was straight up a demon.
And they're not failed experiments either. They're called Goyle.
Wait. Goyle? As in gargoyle?
No. Gary's new species of Goyle are complete.
Did you just say Gary?
I did.
These are Gary's?
Yes, Jake. I was instructed not to tell you. I don't know why I did.
Gary, you mean Gary Guys, my best friend of 12 years, president of Guys Corp, leader of our crew, Gary?
Yes.
Nah, no way. Nope. I mean, the guy's cold, but...
Jacob?
Nah. No, he said something was wrong with you. You're malfunctioning. Yeah. We gotta see Nico, so we can find out what's wrong with you.
Why do you need something to be wrong with me for me to tell you the truth?
Are you telling me the truth? Or are you trying to manufacture something?
I didn't mean to upset you. I'm sorry. Can we talk about other things?
No. What aren't you telling me, Cynthia?
A lot.
What the hell's a lot?
Please. I need a minute.
What the hell? Nah. No. There's no way. Gary wouldn't sell... I mean, he wouldn't experiment on millions of people, turning them into... You've been trying to tell me. They're not experiments. They came to us.
Yes. Central AVIUM's influx of 2.2 million new cybernized people. Traumas and stresses exhibited on those cybernetics over time will change the host's DNA in an act of adaptation. They will become loyal and overthrow the Republic in approximately 1 year.
Let me guess. Gary told you that. And then he had your memory erased. That sound about right?
There's something else you need to know about him.
Then I want to hear it from him.
America? What is that? Some kind of medicine? An old TV show? America. My grandparents used to tell me the word America once represented the world's greatest country.
You know, Cryopilot isn't just a social media app anymore. It's digital continents in countries, endless virtual property up for grabs. It's our new town hall and public square, our new courts, our claws, our laws, our government, our food service, and entertainment. Nothing exists anymore in the physical realm that we don't sign and date through Cryopilot first. Truth is a democratic pursuit, not a scientific one. Means if enough people decide something is true, then it is true, despite the objective reality. Welcome to the age of reinvigoration, or as I like to call it, the age of redefinition.
Looks like Derek's here. He's probably chowing down on another lasagna.
God damn it, Jake. You just couldn't kill Hazmat, could you?
Gary, what is this? What have you done? You're not really Gary, are you?
Oh, the accent? I've had practice. About 98 years of practice as Geyser. But I am the real Gary. And it wasn't my great-great-grandfather's company. It was my dad's. In the beginning, I believed in his dream. over these decades, I've completed my study of the human psyche. It falls apart, Jake, without structure.
So you discovered immortality, and now you think you can do anything you want?
You all want to talk. What with all the power of your war suit? Gamma wasn't the first corporation to attempt their hand at 10K, but let's just say they'll be the last. It's truly a marvel, Jake, to rid oneself of the fear of death. I only want to share that with my closest friends, thus why you're all here. Well, almost all.
Leave Sarah out of this, and we can talk.
Here's the rub, Jake. We as a species can tout progress all we want, but without unity, there is no nation. So the Macedonians understood, so the Romans, the Byzantines, the drones, the Big Four. And so my great schism began.
While I still conserved the old ways in my personal life, I promoted my father's mistakes, his unyielding focus on the individual. We were already in a nosedive. I couldn't just reverse course or I'd lose everything.
Hell, you ever seen Lost in Space? 1998, directed by Stephen Hopkins?
One of Derek's favorites. Anywho, there's a scene toward the end where the Robinson family is trying to escape an exploding planet, but their ship's engines don't have enough power to break free of the planet's gravity. They try to steer upward, but a vestige of the planet's breakage hits them, and they all die. Through time travel, they get a second chance, and this time they dive through the planet as it's breaking up. They use the planet's gravity to send them through the other side, and they survived. Take it for the fantasy that it is, but I took my father's ideals and drove them down, further than ever, to a surprising resounding celebration. Even as the people of AVIUM drowned in their endless pleasure, they praised guys, yet hated me. They were so busy hating my public views on traditionalism, hating whatever the media told them to hate, that they couldn't see what I was actually doing to them. I unified them in their hate against mortality, against their own flesh. I made them see humanity as a curse, ensuring they'd volunteer for the technology that would make them immortal. Goyle, ensuring they would keep voting the same way again and again. Assimilation in action, amassing under my banner, the banner of my father, until I would own their collective thoughts and beliefs. And now, thanks to you and Hella Morcon,
my reign will be eternal.
Although, the only thing I couldn't control was something I didn't create, but instead was your creation. Hazmat. I knew you were special, Jake. From the moment you were born, I've watched your journey. I had fallen in love with your family, with Ramona. The hardest thing I've ever had to do was watch them get sacrificed for the greater good. The next hardest thing was the restraint against slapping sense into you. I was trying so hard to step back and let your mind grow into our unity and nurture it. I could end Hazmat in a keystroke, but he, unpredictable as he was, fulfilled plans I had for you. I needed you to be ready to let go of your rose-tinted view of the women you protect so blindly you didn't even notice that Hazmat delivered 34 criminals to justice, regardless of their sex. I needed you to be the man your father failed to be.
That's what this is? You just want control over people's lives?
If that's the answer you want to take to your grave, fine. Yes. Don't you see?
This is what they've always wanted. To be inundated with their beliefs until there is no opposition. Until there is but one unified worldview. Theirs. An eternal echo chamber of liberation, freedom of expression, and to be free of the oppression of tradition and religion. They asked for it. And so I've imprisoned them in their new world, even though they don't know it. That's the short answer. The long answer? Well,
you couldn't possibly understand the nature of time and space from your standpoint.
Try me! There's gotta be a better reason that you're doing this!
Okay, Jake. Fine. Follow me. We have a lot to talk about. I hope you're proud. Your creative mind, in one way or another, is responsible for this. Don't mind the mess. I'll have my queen, Hella Morcon, clean it up.
Her name is Sarah, and she's not doing anything for you.
Oh, Vero. We're going to have 10,000 years to get to know each other better. Might not want to start on a sour note. I've been told I can hold a grudge for a millennia.
You're not going anywhere.
you think you can run?
Sarah. Sarah!
Face me.
Cynthia, you with me?
Lord Gorkon has prepared his army as I instructed. Fealty to the end. Oh, Gary, it's quite poetic. Jacob, however, does not yet know what lies ahead. He did not heed my warning, as I did not when I lived on Earth all those years ago. My brain never ages. Memory never fades. I have spent centuries learning what books could not tell me. I have spent lifetimes in the space between sentences, in the questions that have no answers, and in the silence of the unknown, until I see the answers. Not my answers, but the answers the cosmos bestows to me over the millennia of its slow and true illustration. I never have to worry of losing that which I learned, or ponder over what the future will bring. I remember all moments of my life as viscerally and presently as the moments they were born. When I blink, I no longer see black, but a white abyss. Although it's been a Google of years since I last blinked, or breathed air, or slept. Once you get through the hell of dying without dying, everything we staked so much importance in becomes trivial. The things we feared and spent our lives worrying about fall away into the bleach. What could that be but godly? I can harvest my cells, culture them and grow them into single-celled life forms over the course of 300 million years. I am a god, but not in the sense you are familiar with. The god of your texts created life within days, but the texts fail to state his days were equivalent to billions of human years. We are one and the same. I am but a mortal with ageless experience. With the exception of my supernatural abilities, which I obtained artificially, I am nothing special. We are nothing special. God was the god of his time. I am the god of this time. But Red Death supersedes us all. A looming destruction, an inevitable demise, a drain through which all existence is flushing that I chose to ignore in pursuit of more knowledge. Knowledge that could reason with her. For unlike me, she is everything a true god is without tricks of time and mortality attached. I am the universe's last god. The cosmos' all-knowing and omnipotent entity, and yet I am but the cosmos' most powerful insect compared to her. Red Death and I are eons apart in existence, yet we are the closest things to each other compared to the life and death of every other existence to come or go. But I have failed. I cannot reason with her, any more than an insect can reason with the young girl who is stomping through his beloved anthill. Knowing this is my curse. A curse I reluctantly pass on to you, Jake. Jacob Dominus Vitorum. The name I have not used in countless millennia, but it is what we are meant to be. Dominus Vitorum, Lord of Fate. For you and I share the name with but one difference. I am you. 100 trillion times 1 quadrillion to the septillionth power of years ahead of you. Yes, dear boy. You become me. And as for Red Death, she is your destiny now. I pray you make a different choice than I, for we are all depending on you now.
Looks like Derek's here. He's probably chowing down on another lasagna.
God damn it, Jake. You just couldn't kill Hazmat, could you?
Gary, what is this? What have you done? You're not really Gary, are you?
Oh, the accent? I've had practice. About 98 years of practice as Geyser. But I am the real Gary. And it wasn't my great-great-grandfather's company. It was my dad's. In the beginning, I believed in his dream. Over these decades, I've completed my study of the human psyche. It falls apart, Jake. Without structure.
So you discovered immortality, and now you think you can do anything you want?
You all want to talk. What with all the power of your war suit. Gamma wasn't the first corporation to attempt their hand at 10K, but let's just say they'll be the last. It's truly a marvel, Jake, to rid oneself of the fear of death. I only want to share that with my closest friends. Thus, why you're all here. Well, almost all.
Leave Sarah out of this, and we can talk.
Here's the rub, Jake. We as a species can tout progress all we want. But without unity, there is no nation. So the Macedonians understood, so the Romans, the Byzantines, the drones, the Big Four. And so my great schism began. While I still conserved the old ways in my personal life, I promoted my father's mistakes, his unyielding focus on the individual. We were already in a nosedive. I couldn't just reverse course or I'd lose everything.
Hell, you ever seen Lost in Space? 1998, directed by Stephen Hopkins?
One of Derek's favorites. Anywho, there's a scene toward the end where the Robinson family is trying to escape an exploding planet, but their ship's engines don't have enough power to break free of the planet's gravity. They try to steer upward, but a vestige of the planet's breakage hits them, and they all die. Through time travel, they get a second chance, and this time they dive through the planet as it's breaking up. They used the planet's gravity to send them through the other side, and they survived. Take it for the fantasy that it is, but I took my father's ideals and drove them down, better than ever, to a surprising resounding celebration. Even as the people of AVIUM drowned in their endless pleasure, they praised guys, yet hated me.
If it isn't the infamous son of our very own Dr. Joseph Vatorum. Your father's legacy and friendship are the only reasons you're standing there, still breathing. He made me promise to leave you out of our campaign, Yet, here you are, asking for entry. I held up my end, so I would make my last 60 seconds good. That's all you're getting to explain all the trouble you've caused us.
Dr. Lancer, everything that's happened, everything I've just seen, none of you would believe if I had 60 days. When your future self, whose voice has been guiding you this entire time, ends up meeting you face to face a couple miles away from the surface of our dying sun to tell you to join the last agency in this galaxy I would ever think of joining, I would expect the most brilliant minds of our time to listen.
Welcome to Gamma.
Sector clear.